darling. It's Jennifer from the patio. Welcome to Wanderlust Wednesday, where your journal gets to travel with you. So, before I start our new project for our Wanderlust Wednesday, I thought I would show you my haul from today's thrifting extravaganza. So, let me show you what I got. Look what I got. Yes, it's stamps. This whole bag cost me $1.99. I know, I'm so excited. And you know what? The reason I was excited is because of this big stamp in here. Because I have a lot of little ones that have these adorable little mice. But look, I play the piano and look, oh my goodness. Is that the cutest thing? Mud Pie, Maxwell, Amanda, Monica, and Muzzy. Oh, they have names. That is so cute. So I got that one. And I really like this one too. It says, Owl be watching over you. That one's a good one for fall. Ooh, it's kind of like a Halloween one. That one looks good. And then I have two of the ampersands. But, you know, hey, you never know. And then I got me a cute little whale. All of that for $1.99. Now look, this originally, I wonder if they have it on here. You know, these things are expensive. To get all of this for $1.99, I'm telling you, that's why I love thrifting. Okay, so that's one. And then I got this cute little kit for $2.99, and I just think it's so cute. And it has all these little letters. I love this color. You know I love orange. If you saw me do my wildflower dots, you know that I love that color orange. And the yellow. Look how pretty that is. But anyway, I haven't opened it, but I just thought it was so cute. Let me open it from the bottom. I think it goes like this. Yeah. So let's look and see real quick. I don't want to bore you, but I just think it's fun. I love to watch other people when they get hauls from thrifting. And these look like Brad's. Brad, darling. Okay. So you get, I bet you these are Brad's. Yes, these are all Brad's. How cool is that? Okay, I got some Brad's. And this is brand new. These are so cute. Like just little letters to spell things. That is so cool. Those just look like, I wonder if these are Brad's. Let's see. No, they're just stemmed flowers. But those are really cute. I like those. And then we have some little, you know, photo corners. And these little flowery things. And then some more Brad's. Let me take that off. And what do we get in here? Some stickers. We got some stickers. Those are cool. Fences are made for those who cannot fly. Albert Hubbard. I like it. Okay. And that's it. It's just a little embellishment kit is what they called it. So I got that for $2.99. I think that's adorable. Okay, the rest of it's probably a little bit boring maybe for you, but I love to buy different kinds of paper. And this is just a really cool wide paper, you know, with the little lines. But I love it how it says this is how to print on wide double-line paper. So anyway, I got that for $1.99. Then, of course, I got some sketch pads, some premium paper, and I think that was $1.99. And then I got some books that I just thought were so stinking cool. And I'm going to use them for my bubblegum Christmas. So I got this one. It's called Flesh and Fancy. But look at all these old black and whites. Look, I could cut that out and put him in there and make a pocket out of it. But I thought, how fun would it be to use this with all of these photos? Because I'm doing my bubblegum Christmas is kind of, I don't know why. I just feel like I can hear Sandy, you know, singing in the background from Grease. But it's, so I'm thinking, you know, 1950s. But there's a lot of photos in here that are just really cool. Just all the stars. Ooh. Betty Davis. I like me some Betty Davis. You better hold on. It's going to be a bumpy ride. That's actually her in the movie. Da, 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 da. Anyway, if you're my age, this is probably up your alley. Okay, anyway, and then look what I got. The coolest thing. I got an old 1965, which really isn't that old because my mom's is older. You know, mom was born in 34. But anyway, look, I got me an old high school yearbook. And I thought, you know what? I can use some of these photos because it's 65. How cool is that? It's from a school in Pennsylvania. It looks like it might be a Catholic school. Let me look in the front because there's some nuns. Bishop Carroll High School in Ebensburg, Pennsylvania. If any of you know anything about this school, let me know. How cool is that, though? I mean, hello. Look at these. They're so cool. Anyway, so I got that. And I'm going to use that, too, in my Bubblegum Christmas. But I got this. I was so excited. Look, it's remembering the 50s, and it's all sheet music. On the street where you live. And it has pink in here. Is that going to be fun? I'm going to make some really cool pockets and different things. Because I saw several. There was another song in here, and I'm like, oh, yes, I remember. It's going to be so cool to use this. Anyway, let me see how much it cost. $2.99. That's it. I think this was the cheap. No, this was $2.99. And I want to say this one was $3.99, which isn't bad, you know. And let's see what else. Oh, I got one more book, and that was it. And it's this water treatment handbook. And I know it's silly, but it was $2.99. But it's little, but I love the paper. And it's thick. And it has some really cool graphs in the back. And I love, ooh, look at that one, flips out. Hello, already ready. Anyway, isn't that cool? I just love to see what people buy. So anyway, that is my haul. And so we're going to start a project today. And I'm using Justine with House of Mahalo. I'm on her design team. And so I'm using one of her kits. And it's called She Wanders. And it's a hiking kit. And so I'm going to get it all ready. And then I'll come back. And then we'll make a project together. See you in a minute. Okay, so I was digging through my ephemera and I was just looking at different folios and different things that I've made. And I thought, you know what, it kind of inspired me. And so this is what I think we're going to do with the paper. So I'm going to show you the paper real quick, not real quick, but I think I have them backwards. I do. So it's a really cute little kit. She has this pretty little mountain scene with a girl, and then she has like some different little trail markers with some little, you know, direction signs, and then she has a couple of pages that have the mountain scene with some florals around, and then she also has some with the strawberries. But I only printed the ones that I'm going to use, and so you can go take a look. It's Justine with House of Mahalo Designs on Etsy, and it's the H, the O, and the M and the D of all the words. It's all one word, but are all capitalized. So, and this particular kit is called She Wanders. And so, anyway, so these are some of the backgrounds, which I really love. And then there's just another one of those with her. And then I like this. It looks kind of like an old map feel. And this one is an old map. So we're going to use that. And then here are some of the fussy cuts that I thought that I would use to decorate. There's just one page of fussy cuts, but they're really cute. So, anywho, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make like a matchbook folio. This one only opens like this, but ours is going to have one more flap that comes out that kind of just gives us a little bit more real estate. So, here's what you're going to need. Get out my trusty little sign. So you're going to need 2 pieces, and this is, I think, 110 craft cardstock. Okay, you could use white, you could use black, whatever you want. You could even use 80 pound, but I'm going to use 110. So 1 piece, we're going to cut, well, it's going to be 11 by 8.5. Now remember, we're doing it on the landscape side. So on that landscape side on the 11, we are going to score at 1, 5, 5 1/4, which is going to give us a gusset, and then 8 3/4. Then the second piece, we're going to do it on the landscape side, but I want it to be 6.5 by 8.5. So we're keeping our height. We just need to cut this to 6.5, okay? Then we're going to score that at 3 1/4. Okay, so I'll pull this back out once we, let me just cut this one piece and make sure I'm in frame. I am. So this piece is going to be 6.5. So we're keeping our height. We just want to cut down the length. And I think I'm going to use this for a pocket or something. Okay, so now we have our 2 pieces. They look just like this. Let me put this over here. Now we're going to get out our scoreboard, and let's do the first larger piece first. Now, when I score this, just so you know, I'm scoring upside down. And I'll explain that. But this is going to be our left-hand little flap right here. Okay? So I'm scoring from this way to this way. So we are going to score at, can you see that? Actually, I think I'll put it right there. That way you can see it. Yeah. We're going to score this on the 11. We're going to score at 1, 5, and I want just like a little gusset here, so I'm going to do 5 1/4, and then 8 3/4. And that is going to be the little piece that we use to attach the other one. So then the next piece, we're going to lay it on the 6.5 because we want our height, and we're just going to score it in half. So that's going to be 3 1/4. So we'll score it at 3 1/4. Okay? Pretty simple. And then let's just fold. I'm going to leave that there so you can check it out. And of course, yeah, I'm folding on the heels. I was filming, and then all of a sudden it just started getting overcast, and it's like it's going to rain, so I had to turn on my light, and it's leaving a shadow, but I think that you guys are going to be okay. Okay, so this is what it's going to be. It'll fold like this. It's going to have a little bit of a gusset, just enough to give us some room in there to bulk up, so whenever we add pockets and stuff. And this flap is not as big as I would like it to be, but it's going to work just fine. And then this one we're just going to fold on the score line in half. Okay? So I'm going to put that aside, put that over there. And then now what we're going to do is we are going to have this little 1-inch strip to the right. And that's where I want mine to be, so that whenever I open it, it'll be like this. But if you're left-handed and you want to open it like this, either way is fine, okay? But just know that this is the flap that is going to have the grommets on it. So with that on the right-hand side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to just glue it right here up to the seam on that other piece for stability purposes, okay? So first of all, I want to ink. Unfortunately, I have to ink, but I you know, we can visit for a second if you like while I do so. But I just, especially with this craft, because it soaks up and the ink, and so I'm going to ink it, and it's probably not going to look inked whenever I get done. Okay, so this one's going to go here, so I'm going to go ahead and ink this little part. But I'm not going to ink this back one. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be covered up with paper anyway. So let me just get a little bit of ink on here. And we'll just go around. I'll put some on this little back edge as well. I don't really need it in here, but I will go ahead and do it just so we can say we did. And then this side we'll just do the same. You're not going to see that. You will see this. Yeah, all of a sudden it just was like, okay, the wind started picking up, and then it just was like, okay, we're going to rain. Okay, so this is going to be the back side. You will see that. And you'll see that. And I'm not going to lay my paper all down because with all these creases, it needs to be cut and put into the three little panels instead of just putting one piece across, because it probably will crack and not do well. So we are going to cut and do that. And I'm going to do this little piece. Okay. Let me get all the little pieces I've left behind. Okay, that's going to fold down like that, and I'll have grommets. Okay, so we are ready to glue this little piece down. I'm going to use my Lineco glue, and I'm just going to glue and put glue all on the back of this piece right here, and I'm going to get it right up to that seam. We're not going to go past the seam. We're just going to go right up to it. So I want to put plenty of glue because I just want it to be sturdy and to have some stability, sorry, and stick well. So I'm just going to stick this down exactly right up to that seam. And then I'm going to check it, make sure that it bends well and goes down, and it does. So I'm going to hold that down. And that just gives us a little bit of an extension. So this is where we'll put like some pockets and some little goodie things on there. And then I have this one gusset so that when I close it up and fold it in, it's going to give me a little bit more room to have some bulk. I'm just going to take that one little bit of glue out. Okay, so it'll fold like this, then it'll fold like this, then it'll fold like this. So it'll look just like that with just a little bit of a gusset right here. And then we'll put our 3 grommets in here, and then we'll, you know, put some twine or, I don't know, something. But see how that gives it, that gusset gives it just a little bit of extra space to house whatever it is that we're going to put in there. I'm going to push this glue down. Make sure that's all nice and, yeah. Okay, let me just press it down. That Lineco is not as grabby as Mr. Art is, so. Okay, so that is it except for this piece. And when it folds in, you want to give yourself room to put the grommets, but you don't want to go so far where it's not going to be able, you know, you're not going to be able to fold that in. So they need to go, and I'm going to mark it because I really want to get it as close as I possibly can. Where's my pencil? Okay, so I want that to be kind of aligned like that. And then I'm going to mark that. Yeah. So that is marked there. This one looks like it's, yeah. Let me make sure that these are as even as I can get them. This needs to be brought up just a hair. Got to train these little boogers. See, because I can see it hanging out. I'm just working with it. This is really sturdy, 110 pound, like I said. So once it goes in, and then it goes like this. Okay, so that's good. So I need my grommets to sit within that little space right there, which doesn't give me a whole lot of room. Does not give me a whole lot of room. So I'm going to mark this one. And then I'm going to mark this one. All I'm doing is just marking the edges. So that when I put my grommet in, I know that I'm staying within this little area. Between here and here. Okay, let me see. I need to, let me line it up on this. Okay, I'm centering it in between these two. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is about the center. So this is going to be about right here. And then I want this one to be about right in the center of this. So I'm going to put one here. And then the same. I'm eyeballing it, and you are more than welcome to, you know, to measure it and do all the things that you like to do. So I'm going to line these up on this now. And I'll erase all these marks. It's just I like to have an idea of how close I can get. This one and this one are pretty. I'm going to go up about right there on that. I want it as close as I can get it, because if I do a circle, I could go up a little bit more on both of those. I don't know what, I think I touched something greasy on my IKEA lamp, because I've got some stuff on my head, on my hand. Okay, so we're going through both of them. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to go up just a little bit more, and I can kind of tell from that mark where it is. I'm looking at that mark. So I think I can go up just a hair. I might be off a little bit, but I think I'm going to be okay. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I think I'm good. I think I'm centered. Okay. But you do how you want. I'm just like, let's look at this. Let's center it in here. Let's get that there, and then mark it. And you know, that's just how I do it. So everybody's different. And so if you don't want to do it that way, by all means, you can measure and do all that. I've just found through the years that, you know, the more I measure, sometimes the more it just confuses the heck out of me. I mean, sometimes I just am like, let me just eyeball it and look at it, and, you know, but that's just me, you know, but And that's okay. Whatever we all want to do, right? I mean, whatever works, works. And I mean, I'm a firm believer in that. Whatever works, works. Okay, so let me get out my grommets. And I think because it's doubled, I'm not going to be able to get my backing on there. And I'm okay with that. These are pretty big. I don't have to have a backing. I don't have to have it. So it's going to go like this. So you definitely want to do it from the top. So these are going to go in like this. And then I'll get this out. And I'm going to have to bring it up to my chest because it's the only way I can squeeze it. Yeah, with that, it's got a lot of paper there. So I think just one without a back is going to do perfect. Oh. And I will tell you that if you don't have that lock button unlocked on this crocodile, it's not going to let you smush down. Okay, that one's okay. Because I've noticed that. I started like, okay, what is the deal with this thing? Because sometimes it's just so hard. Oh, okay, there. And I want them tight enough so that when we go like this, get in there, you know, that I'm going to be able to get it in there. But I don't want it too tight because now see how I'm struggling with it a little bit? And the reason is because we have that extra piece in there. Let me see. It's not giving me any bend room. This right here is very solid. So like if the other one, I could come in. Oh, there I go. Okay. I'm like, that wasn't giving me any wiggle room. I need some wiggle room. Okay. All right. So there. But it's staying together, which is what I want. If it takes me a little bit of effort to, to pull it out, I'm okay with that because I really just want it to be tight enough to hold some things. Okay, so it's done. So what I want to do is I want to look at my papers and see. I really like that girl. And we're just going with this, but unfortunately, because this is going to be for me, this is A4 paper, and so all of them are going to have this marking right here on the bottom because I printed it borderless, but it doesn't matter. It's still A4, so it's going to have that. So I'm going to do a little bit of border all the way around. So let's pull this back out. You can just kind of bend it like that. So this piece right here, I'm going to do with her. So I am going to, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but I have stripes on my printer. It's just, I printed a large kit the other day, and it just started doing stripes. And so I've tried to clean the nozzle on my head and my nozzle heads and do everything. And so I'm just going to have to figure that out. It's not doing it on the lighter ones like that. Like I can't see anything on the lighter ones. It's just on the darker ones. And so anyway, but I'm still making it because it's for me. And I need to make a video, and that's just what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take the lesser of two evils here, and I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to mark it where I want it. So I want it right there, and then I want it right there. So I'm going to do this one first because, Mr. Timmy, he only does so big a paper. So I'll do this first. And so it is 3.5. So if we did 3 1/4, it would give it exactly what we need. But I'm going to do it a little bit bigger because that's what I marked, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so there's that. So there's that piece, and that'll go there. And then I just like her right there. So when she comes over, she's going to be like that. So if we open it up all the way, I can just extend these to fit the rest of it. And I believe, these are 3 1/4. I'm doing it a little bit more, so let's see. These are, I'm going to go about right there, and then I'm going to go about right there, and then we'll do that, and then I'll have that last piece, and I may, I want to get that red in there. It's just so vibrant and pretty. And then we'll do this. Okay, so that is piece 2. And then piece 3. I'm not going to get it. But I may be able to put it... No, I won't be able to put it on the grommets either, because that piece is just separate. Let me just do that here. And then I kind of want it here. I'm just taking a little bit off, and then I'll check to make sure that they are all even, and I will cut them accordingly. So there's that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love it. I think it's pretty. It's a very vibrant kit. It's very pretty. Okay, so let's look and see. You can see all the little birds in the background. Let's see if they are even. No, they're not. Just have to take a hair off of both of those. Okay, so I'm going to do them together. Yeah, I just need to take just a little bit off these two to match the other. Just a sliver, just so they're all even. Okay, so okay, this goes like this, and this goes like this, and then she goes like this. So she'll go there. You gotta open it up like you had it. Oops, this goes in the middle. Okay, so that is not the inside. These are going to be the outside pieces, so we're not going to be putting anything on this. So let's go ahead and attach these, but I want to put a little bit of ink on them real quick. I love this green. I love the color green, and just all kinds of shades and tones, and I love that. So go check out her kit. You know, I hate to. You know, I was thinking about that the other day, I just have so much, I mean, I have a lot of kits that I've purchased, and I sell kits, as you all know, and I love that, but I also just have some, scrapbook paper that I really want to use, that have like some really pretty summer, colors. I'm drawn to oranges and greens, especially together. And so I was thinking that I might do that with one of my, I'm going to take that little thing off and a little marking. So I think I might do that with my next Wanderlust Wednesday and see what I can come up with. Got all kinds of cute little folios and stuff. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going to put this down. Oh, I used that. Oh, well, that's okay. I wanted to use that. That was one of the ones that came out really nice, that didn't have a few little lines on them. So this one's gonna go here. Let me raise it up just a hair. Okay. Looking good. And then we'll put the next one down. I really want to go hiking, but it's just, I can't go hiking in Texas around this time of year. It is blazing hot. Blazing hot. Okay. Is that even? Looks even. I love when you cut the paper and then it just keeps, you know, one scene. You cut it, but you can still see it. I love that look. Okay. Dum dum dum. You know, I don't want to bring it up, but I do want to bring it up. I'm just completely devastated by everything that's happened in the Kerrville, Marble Falls area in Central Texas. And, you know, I will say that my sister lives up there, and she texted us that more we were all worried, and so she got up early and the water had already risen. And I'm going to tell you, they don't even have, this is like a little bitty creek. She lives on a golf course, and it's like just a little creek, you know, and every time I've ever been there, it hasn't had hardly any water in it. It came rushing. She sent a video. It was rushing, which you all have seen the footage of the news, and it's just devastating and horrible. But I was just like, oh my goodness. And it just came up, and her house is lifted. Like, it's probably like when I go in the back, off the back porch, and I go walk down, and I'm on the ground, and all the deer come up, and they're right there. Her floor is, I'm 6 foot. No, I'm not 6 foot. I'm sorry. I'm not 6 foot at all. I'm 5'1", but it's about a little bit higher than me. So it's like a 6 foot. So it came up all the way to there. Like maybe a foot, like probably 5 feet up from there. It came, I mean, I was just like, what in the world? And it happened, like everybody has said, so fast. It's just absolutely crazy. So anyway, I want to just say that my heart and my prayers and my thoughts go out to all of those that have suffered through this in whatever capacity. It's all traumatic. It is. It's all traumatic. And the loss of those beautiful souls, it's just all of it. It just really breaks my heart. So anyway, I just wanted to say that because, you know, we do need to, you know, keep people in our prayers and our thoughts and all of that good stuff. So, okay, what did I do to get this? I kind of went like this. Yeah, there. And it is kind of a struggle, and the reason is because I put that gusset there. But that's okay because it's going in nicely. Look, I'm just roughing that baby up. But look, that looks really good with her right there, and I love it. Okay, so what do we want to put on the back? On the back, let's see. I don't want to use my... I might just put that. I'm going to be ornery. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this one. This is the lesser of two evils. Okay, so this one is... Let's do it like, oh, the grommets are there. So they're like right here. So I'm going to do it right there. Right there and right there. I don't know what there is, but that's where I'm doing it. I'm doing it right there, y'all. And I will tell you what this measurement is. Okay, so this is about 1, 2, 3, and just a quarter. So that's probably 3 1/4 is what that is. Yes. And I'm going to put it on that one. Okay, I like it. I like it, and that's what I'm going to go with. Let me see how far along I've gotten on this. Good Lord. Oop, I can tell this video is going to be turned sideways because my time is on the left and not on the top. That is not going to be good. I'm going to have to change the direction of that video. You got to get it just right, ladies and gentlemen. Just right. Okay, so, and then I'm going to I think I'm going to stop, and we're going to do the rest of this next week. That way it's not that long of a video, and you can get your little Matchbox folio all put together, and then you guys can come back and we can embellish. What am I looking for? Glue. That always helps. When you want to glue something down, it does. So you can make your little Matchbox. I say Matchbox all the time. I don't know why. Your Matchbook folio. And I'll pull the little index card that has the measurements out in just a second so you can see it one more time. I'm going to get that right up to the grommets. Look, I got my little pink in there. Okay, that's going to be good. I love it. Okay, so that is all we're going to do today. And then what we'll do is I'll have everything ready. Hopefully my printer will not be acting like a cuckoo head. And where that came from, I don't know. But my granddaughter I was with her today. She had swimming lessons, took her to the library, and we hung out and I had her for the whole day. And you know, 6-year-olds say the darndest things. And so she would say all kinds of things. And every time she'll go, guess what, Nana? And I'll go, what? And then she'll go, chicken butt. And she does it all the time. Well, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Okay, so next week what we'll do is we'll put some paper on here, and then we'll put some pockets. I think I'm going to put like a slanted pocket, and we'll put a big tag in there. I think I'm going to make like a little booklet, and then we'll put something in here like that, and then that way when we fold it up and then we scrunch this up like this and we push it in. I know it's there. I want it to be tight. It's just that, you know, it is a little bit tighter than I wanted, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind scrunching it up to get it in there. So, because this, like I said, this is mine, and, you know, I'm okay with that. I am. But if you want yours to be different, then by all, see how the ink starts to fade, or maybe it's just my eyes, but I feel like it's not dark right there. Okay, well that's it. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we did. That's what we're going to do. And then when we come back next week, I will put some little other stuff in there. So, okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Here's the little piece of paper that has all the information on it. You need 2 pieces of paper, one 11 by 8.5. This is what you're going to score that one. And then you need another piece, and it's going to be 6.5 and 8.5 tall. So, and then you're just going to score it in half, and that's going to be the piece that's going to fold out. So, anywho, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me while I craft and do fun things. And I will see you next time. But remember, you only know what you know until you know something different. Bye-bye.